I will not get liquidated. Same, you see, I will add more margin to make sure I will not get liquidated. And this is when we were, starting to come down a little bit. I got complacent because I did add more margin. I added like on all of my trading bots, and you can probably tell where this is going. On all of my trading bots, I did add like $2,000. I lowered my liquidation price on all of the bots to like on Ethereum like 1,400 and something, and on Bitcoin like 24,000 something as well. So I thought, okay, that's fine. I'm safe. How bad can it get? And in the middle of this, I was packing my bags, I was traveling, and this was the huge mistake. Because even if you have a good strategy, there's always that human factor. And in this case, that really did wreck me. So what actually happened? Well, I went to sleep, and when I woke up the day after, I basically saw, or I got a bunch of notifications like in the middle of the night. And I checked my OKX account, and I saw that I only had 2 bots running. I only saw these ones. And these are all closed now, by the way, guys. You can see manually stopped. But you can see that I had 2 bots running, and they were profitable. But I was like, okay, but what happened with all of my other bots? And that is when I realized that we had gone down so much that even though I was adding more margin, I didn't add enough. And we did actually, in hindsight, I saw that we came down to like the exact dollar in which these bots got liquidated. Even though I added more margin, it wasn't enough. And you can just see the losses here. $12,000 on both of the fast bots and $12,000 on both of the cycle bots. Now the slow bots survived just because they didn't go that low, or because I added more margin to these ones. Nonetheless, what should have happened, guys, is that the bots should have accumulated positions, just like I was saying in my last video here before I went to sleep. Like, I'm gonna add more margin to make sure I'm not gonna get liquidated. And if I just would have had added a little bit more margin, the bots would have continued to buy the dip. They actually did fill all of the orders, and on the way back up, because you did see a big bounce here from $24,000 up to where we are at right now, basically at 26. We actually went to 26,900, almost $27,000. So all of these bots, the ones that got liquidated, these ones in losses, would have had similar profits or even more profits than this one. So instead of making like, I don't know, $3,000, $5,000, I lost, what is this, 12, 24, like $50,000, close to $50,000 I lost due to that silly mistake. And even though I've been telling you in every single video here, the most important thing is to make sure you don't get liquidated, add more margin. And even in my last video, I did say that right before this big drop happened. But I just got distracted. This is the human factor. Even though you have a good strategy, even though everything is working well, and this would have worked absolutely fantastic. In fact, I got a lot of messages from you guys who actually did follow my advice and add more margin, and you made incredible profits on this big drop and on the bounce. But for me, it was a combination of me being complacent. I didn't follow my own advice. I got complacent, I got comfortable, and also in the middle of all of the packing and preparing myself for the trip. And also the combination that we went down to the exact dollar, basically, to my liquidation price. Because I did add more margin during, like, right before I slept, and I saw like, okay, Ethereum can go down safely to 1,400, and Bitcoin can go down safely to $24,000. Like, how likely is it that until I wake up that something like this would have happened? And yeah, it did happen. And this is a big lesson to myself that even though the strategy is well, everything is fine, Bitcoin can always, and Ethereum can always go down lower than you expect. And the worst part of all of this is, you know what the worst part of all of this is that I actually had the money sitting on the account. As you can see here, $33,000. I could have easily added all of this as extra margin before I went to sleep that night. And I didn't. Instead, I let this sit on my account. And if I would just have added this as extra margin, I would have made so much money on this big drop instead of losing this. Now, here's the thing. Not all is bad, because yes, let's go to the document here. Okay, we're gonna add like the losses here. As you know, I could have easily photoshopped this. I could have easily photoshopped this and said like, hey guys, oh, guess what? I did add more margin, and we went down and I made a lot of profits and everything is fine, and try to hide. But you know, I keep it real.